Today, we're going to be going over some of the fastest street vehicles in GTA 5 online in no particular order. So I hope you guys go on to enjoy it, and without further ado, let's jump into it with the very first vehicle being the Death Bike. This bike costs $1.269 million and it has a top speed of 150 miles per hour while using the nitrous. If you don't use nitrous, its top speed is about 118 miles per hour, which is still pretty decent, but obviously most of you are probably going to use the nitrous system that it has. It's a pretty beautiful bike, and of course it comes in three different variants: the Future Shock, Nightmare, and Apocalypse versions. Straight up, this thing is fast as hell. Next up is the Scramjet, which you can purchase for $4.628 million. While using the rocket boost that it has, you can hit speeds of 140 miles per hour. Now, if you don't use the rocket boost, you're going to be hitting speeds of about 130 miles per hour, which is still pretty damn good. And don't forget, that is just driving on a completely flat surface. If you're going down a hill, you're going to go a lot faster, and that goes for every single one of the vehicles in this video. Next is the ZR380, which you could purchase for about $1.2 million. This vehicle has a top speed of 150 miles per hour if you're going to be using the nitrous on it. If you don't put that upgrade on, you're only going to be hitting speeds of about 118 miles per hour, which is still pretty decent, but I'm telling you, if you put that 100% boost upgrade on this thing, it will fly. Now we got the Vigilante, which you guys can purchase for $3.7 million. While using this rocket boost, you can hit speeds of 152 miles per hour. Plus, as a bonus, that thing recharges in literally like 2 seconds. But even if you don't use the rocket boost, you're still going to hit speeds of 130 miles per hour. It's crazy. Plus, this vehicle is also really strong, and if you use that rocket boost correctly, you can easily outrun missiles from Oppressor Mark IIs or even jets. I absolutely love this thing. Next, we have the Ariah, which you could buy for $1.4 million, and it has a top speed of 139 miles per hour. It is still one of the fastest street vehicles in GTA 5. It's really fast in a straight line, but once you start driving around turns and using it in races, it's not as great because this vehicle does fishtail a lot because of how much power it has. But it is still very, very fast. Next, we have the Cyclone 2 with HSW modifications on it. You can purchase it for $2.25 million, and it will have a top speed of 142 miles per hour. You will have to pay a decent amount of money in order to upgrade this vehicle to the HSW variant. Plus, the upgrades you have to put on after it will set you back a pretty penny, but it will make this vehicle one of the fastest cars in the entire game. Next up, we have the Torador, which you could purchase for $3.6 million, and if you use the rocket boost that it has, you'll be able to hit a top speed of 140 miles per hour, and if you choose not to use those rocket boosts, you'll hit speeds of about 117 miles per hour. Now, the best part about this vehicle is the fact that it can turn into a submarine and shoot missiles underwater, plus you can also use that little rocket boost underwater as well. Altogether, it's an amazing vehicle, and it is very fast. Next, we have the Oppressor Mark I, which you could purchase for $3.5 million, and if you unlock the trade price, you can get it for about $2.6 million. It has a top speed of 140 miles per hour with that rocket boost on it, which is absolutely crazy, but it's also one of the most fun vehicles in the game because it has wings that it can deploy, and then you could fly up into the air, hit that rocket boost, and do a bunch of really, really cool tricks. Whenever I'm bored in GTA 5 and I want to play around with a fun vehicle, I always lean toward using the Oppressor Mark I because every time I use it, I always have a blast. Plus, it's also very fast. Next, we have the Italia RSX, one of the fastest street vehicles in the game. You could purchase it for $3.4 million, and it has a top speed of 135 miles per hour. This thing is insane, and I use it all the time whenever I do races. It absolutely takes off. Plus, in my opinion, it's also one of the nicest looking cars in this game. I absolutely love the way this thing looks. Next, we have the S95 with HSW modifications on it. You could purchase it for $1.99 million, but you could actually get it for free. I believe if you transfer your account from last gen to next gen, this car is free for you, and it actually comes upgraded, which is pretty great, and it has a top speed of 156 miles per hour. I never imagined we'd be receiving street vehicles in GTA 5 that could hit speeds of upwards of 155 miles per hour. That is insane. Next, we have the Turismo Classic with HSW modifications on it. You could purchase this thing for $705,000, and then of course upgrading it is going to set you back a decent amount of money, but it's going to go fast as hell because it has a top speed of 151 miles per hour. one of the fastest new vehicles that came out on next-gen consoles, and it is also now one of the fastest vehicles in the whole game. I love this car. The Ferrari F40 is one of my favorite Ferraris of all time, so seeing it boosted like this in GTA 5 makes me really happy because I love driving this car. Then we have the Hakucho Drag with the HSW modifications on it. You could buy it for just under $1 million, but then upgrading it is also going to set you back a decent amount of money. But this thing has a top speed of 159 miles per hour. It is incredible. It flies, and if you can launch it perfectly, which it really isn't too hard to do, you'll be able to beat out practically any vehicle in the game. This thing is amazing, and hands down the fastest bike there will ever be, in my opinion, in GTA 5. Just before we end off the video, let's take a look at this video's sponsor, Grand RP. They are one of the most popular RP servers out right now, with almost 10,000 players active across all their servers. They also have a huge selection of cars, over 350 in total, and new ones being added almost every single month. Unlike in GTA 5, you can join a bunch of different types of organizations in Grand RP, like 5 different types of gangs, the police, the government, or even work at a hospital. If you guys want to play, click the link down below in the description, click start playing, choose your server, fill in the information, and click register, then download the launcher and start playing GTA 5 in a way you've never experienced before. Definitely check them out down below in the description. But anyways, thank you so much for watching the video. Hopefully you went on to enjoy it. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the next one.